If you watched last week, you saw us visit Victoria, the capital of the province of British Columbia. We looked at the moon through a super telescope. Then we left Canada and entered Washington State in the US.
We're on our way to Stewart Island, here in the San Juans. It's a bit northwest or north of San Juan Island. So we left Friday Harbor this morning, and now we're going through like a channel, pretty narrow. So we have some current here, some tide rips, but it's not too bad. Today is Sunday, and tomorrow the weather is starting to change. This coming week we're gonna have some really strong winds. It's gonna be some low pressures coming in after each other outside the west side of Vancouver Island. So I guess it's gonna affect in here as well in the Salish Sea. It's hard to see on the weather forecast and on the chart maps how it affects in here. But it's gonna be probably strong southerly winds. So we need to find an anchorage now, or anchorages for this whole week that are safe, that are protected from southerly winds, which is a little bit of a challenge. There are not that many of them here. So yeah, we've been lucky so far with the weather, but I mean it's now starting to get in the end of October, so I guess it's just nothing strange that the weather is changing now.
The San Juan archipelago consists of 172 named islands and reefs.
And now the tide really turned on us. We're doing 2.6 knots over ground and probably around 6 through the water. So quite a lot of current here. But it's not very far. I think it's just here where it's kind of narrow. What do you think, Malin? Will it ease up a bit ahead?
I hope it should. It opens up. It gets wider in like 0.3 miles, so it should. The water is all flat.
Yeah, the current really is flat in the sea here.
Yeah.
Stewart Island is home to two communities of full-time and part-time residents. It's a marine state park, and we will anchor in Reed Harbor.
It's time for a haircut today, so we'll have a hairdresser barber shop today. So I'm up first. Johan's gonna cut my hair a few centimeters, maybe like this. So I sit here on the table. That's the best spot to sit. And then I'm gonna cut your hair in the bathroom. So this is the before picture.
Yeah, let's do it.
Vända hit ner.
Ja, men vi tar...
We've cut each other's hair for a few years now, and it's a pretty fun activity.
Fallet. Kolla i spegeln. How's the new haircut?
Good. I like it.
It's very short.
You cut it.
I know.
No, it feels good. And yours also got pretty short.
Yeah, I know.
And you cut it yourself, so.
Yeah, and uneven. Look at this.
It's okay. You don't see it.
You think? Yeah.
Just a little bit here.
At least it lasts a while when it is short.
Here. Most of this island is private land, but here, like in the middle between these two big bays, there's a state park. So you can camp here, and there also you could moor up to the dock down there where we left the dinghy. So now we're just going down to have a look at the other bay, which is on the north side of the island.
So this is the bay on the other side of Reed Bay, just north. It's not very far, it's very narrow here, maybe 400 meters across the land. Yeah, on Tuesday there is coming in a big low with strong winds from the south. So this could be a place. Maybe we go up here, because this looks really protected. So just over there you have Canada, so it's pretty close. It's just 2 or 3 miles over there.
Stewart Island and the rest of the San Juan Islands were the subject of a border dispute between the US and Britain in 1859, which ultimately led to a military confrontation known as the Pig War, since it was triggered by the shooting of a pig. No one got injured in the confrontation, but the dispute lasted for 12 years. Finally, Treaty of Washington established Harrow Strait as the boundary between the US and the British-held territory in present-day Canada.
We woke up to really thick fog this morning, but now it's noon and it's starting to burn off. In here in the bay it has burned off completely, but out there it still looks a little foggy, but I think we'll be alright. Our plan is to go north. We'll go to an island called Sucia Island. It's actually a Spanish word and it's pronounced Sucia and it means dirty. I don't know how it got that name, but it's supposed to be a really nice island with some trails on. So we'll see how much time we spend there and when this bad weather is coming in and if we have to move. It's been like this for a long time now.
Yeah, it has. It's just that when I designed this chain locker in the Canaries, the chain was new. And the problem here is that there's not enough height below the windlass. So the drop height for the chain is really too low. And now when the chain is starting to be a bit more worn out, I mean it's not worn out, but it's definitely more worn than when it was new. It piles up a bit more. It doesn't slide off as easy as it did when it was new. So now maybe we can take in around 15 meters and then we need to hit the pile so it falls over, take in another 10 meters and so forth. So yeah, it's a bit of a pain. So we're hoping to find a good solution for this in Seattle when we have time to fix this properly. I think we'll build a new box in aluminium instead. A bit different design on it.
As we were heading north, John's Pass made for a nice shortcut. We took the chance to go through, without knowing how strong the current would be.
I want to live there.
Yeah, look pretty cool. Oh, now there are some eddies.
Yep. Okay, it's only gonna be 1.2 again, so that's fine.
Looks like there's still some fog out there in the distance.
We're so in love with our new stove, and we made chicken tacos for lunch.
Really good. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, that's strong stuff. Habanero.
The trip to Sucia Island was around 14 nautical miles, which usually takes us around 2 hours to sail. But today there was no wind, so a bit longer to motor.
We're gonna anchor there. Jag tror jag måste stoppa ner den inuti.
Moorings can look very different, and this one was tricky to pick up, since the ring was sunken down inside the buoy.
This horseshoe-shaped island got its name from the Spanish explorers, who described the navigational obstacles, such as the rocks and reefs around islands. They call it Sucia, which doesn't only mean dirty, but also foul in nautical terms.
Everyone was enjoying the warm sun. Cormorants were drying their wings, and river otters were playing in the water.
Perfekt ju!
So I think that's enough.
Yeah.
Harlequin ducks were swimming by the water's edge, and more river otters were playing outside the beach.
Really really looks like it has lived through pretty harsh winters.
So pretty. Just also the thought of how long he's been standing here, wearing and tearing, living through all kinds of weather.
Pretty steep, huh?
Yeah. So don't want to fall down here.
In 2012, a fascinating discovery was made in one of the rocks on the island. An 80 million year old part of a femur bone from a theropod dinosaur was found. Theropods are a group of meat-eating two-legged dinosaurs, such as T-Rex and Velociraptor.
Look at the current down there now.
The big reef in the narrow channel creates strong currents in the pass and beautiful wrinkles on the water.
The weather had started to change, but we took advantage of the island's many hiking trails.
We can feel them, Matt. There's spider webs everywhere.
Oh. Down there is the Snoring Bay, they call it. Don't know why.
We walked to Johnson Point on one of the southern fingers.
Quite cool rocks, huh? Like sandstone that has been eroded. There's been some, not landslide, what do you call it?
Erosion.
Yeah, but you see the soil is like, it's almost like when it rains heavily here, I guess some of this soil has been washed out to sea.
Thanks for watching, and as always, we'd really appreciate a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to press the bell to get notified when we have a new episode. Vi ses nästa vecka!